Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the rather wet Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. We had a pretty ferocious nor'easter yesterday, and with thunder and lightning and everything. Boy, oh boy, that was exciting. It happened right in the middle of my Kabbalah class. Or actually my whole Kabbalah class, it was lightning and thundering out. I think that's a message from the divine, right? Keep going, keep going. Anyway, today is Friday the 23rd of May. The moon is in Aries, and today we have a couple things going on. We have a sesquiquadrate between Neptune and Mars. I did speak of this sesquiquadrate energy yesterday. And then of course there's sesquiquadrates are always they're stressful aspects. You don't really hear about them a lot. They're stressful kind of on an internal level as opposed to an external level. You're not really fighting something outside of yourself, or at least with this sesquiquadrate you're fighting something within yourself. And the planets, Neptune and Mars, generally it's difficult to put those two planets together and kind of feel like something's getting done, because Mars wants to move forward always, and Neptune is like, fog alert, you can't really see where you're going. So it can create disorganization, lack of forethought. That sounds like somebody we know. A desire to act on impractical fantasy. And when I say that, the big beautiful bill comes to mind, which was passed in the House by one vote. And it's a new era, a golden era for America. They keep talking about golden eras of America. Then they're talking about this golden dome. And then it's all freaking fantasy. It's all fantasy. Reality does, eventually rear its head, but, we're going through this now. We also today have, now this is helpful, we have a sextile between Mercury and the North Node. Mercury is in Taurus, practical, pragmatic Taurus. The North Node in Pisces, opening the lines of communication, perhaps around aid for people. Obviously, all the conversation is about taking things away from people. In some quarters, and the conversation is, why isn't anybody doing anything about this genocide conversation? But this is an opportunity to sort of bring that stuff up, and perhaps we'll actually get somewhere today on that. And we also have, right around 4 o'clock here on the East Coast, a trine between the moon and Mars. The moon in Aries is pretty pissed off, and Mars is in Leo, which is shrinking violet. So I think we'll probably we'll hear somebody expressing themselves in a rather angry way. So it is a shite show out there, guys. It really is. And our challenge is not to let it make us crazy or make us fall into a pit of despair. As Bernie says, despair is not an option. If we can see this as a perfect thing to point out how corrupt and uncaring, and how we need change, people will respond to that. So, a lot of us who watch or on this channel, who've been watching me for years, are of a similar ilk when it comes to what we think is important and the like. So we've been, feel like we've been screaming into our pillows for years now, and doing everything we can. And the leadership perhaps was not giving us the whole story. I'm not talking about Trump, But there's still way more of us. So as you know, everything's a little soggy. All the flowers, everything's a little droopy. That's because of all the rain. But we're going to have some, like even these poor little things. Look at them. They're like, the rain. They're so wet. I'm not sure the sun's going to come out today. I hope it will. Yeah, so this is starting to bloom. Again, you can see the color of the flowers are getting a little lighter green, and they're starting to bloom. So these are going to be amazing soon. Not quite amazing yet, but you can definitely see that that's happening. The irises survived, the little purple ones. A lot of them got pretty sogged out, but a few days of sun, and I think the ones that remain will look a little bit less sad. We're all a little bit sad today, aren't we? All right, guys. Saturday night, that's tomorrow. Mystic Sisters on this channel, Victoria Skirbo. I think it's going to be a lively show. There's a lot to talk about. And join us if you like. We do record it and redo it. So if you can't be with us 7 Eastern, 6 Central on Saturday night, you can always watch it once the video comes up. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Even though the sun's you can't see the sun in the sky, it's there. We might have some clouds obscuring things, but we will see clearly, and things will change, and we have to see this for what it is. It is the ignition of the shift, of the fact that people will realize that if they don't do it themselves, it ain't going to get done. We are the people we've been waiting for, and they think they have the upper hand. They're going to be shaking in their boots and pooping in their pants. All right, on that note, well, some already are, but that's another story for another day. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. I love you. Have a great Friday. Be careful on the roads. Everybody's upset, and not everybody has the benefit of the big picture like those of us who look to the stars for answers. So have compassion for others. Have compassion for yourself. Give a helping hand where you can, and we're going to be okay. Take care, everyone. Namaste.